We are Django Footwear, and we're going to be discussing how we are preparing for the future financial crisis. So one of the first things that we did when we first got the first market event with the increase of inflation, we decided to drastically increase our prices. In doing so, we noticed that no one else in the industry raised their prices as significantly as we did. We raised ours at 12.5%, which was in between the 10% and 15% that was issued in the market news. From doing this, we noticed that other companies in the industry, while not raising their prices as high, the prices actually decreased close to $1, and many companies actually decreased their costs rather than increasing price. So in the future, looking towards the new market events that are occurring, we will stick with similar prices while adjusting slowly to meet the new market events.
Moving forward with that, plan that we do have during times of inflation leading up to a financial crisis would be to start cutting costs as well as lowering our prices a little bit, because once we did take that giant increase in price, we noticed that, as Allie said, the rest of the market didn't necessarily follow along with us. So our choice was to head back closer to prices that we initially started with before the market events started occurring, and now our plan is to incrementally increase our prices based on smaller amounts of inflation. That way we can set ourselves up in a better position for a financial crisis when it does hit in one of the later years.
And also, we're kind of in a unique situation, seeing as we sued a couple of companies and won the lawsuit for price fixing in earlier rounds, and we're able to decide on when we are going to use that amount of money and how. We decided the best time to probably use it is during a time when demand isn't necessarily as high as it typically would be. So we plan on using the money that we won in that case during the hard times of the recession, specifically to pay down some of the existing debt we have, which would pretty much get rid of our principal payments. We'd still have the interest payments, but that would just automatically increase our profits because we wouldn't have those payments be as high as they were in the earlier rounds. Also, any existing inventory that we had carried over from previous years, we're going to use that as a way to repurchase those at full price rather than trying to discount them with inventory clearance, so we can get the full price for them rather than end up losing $5, $6, $7 million because we had way too much inventory. So overall, I think that would be very beneficial for us during the times of lower demand.
In close, a lot of the biggest decisions that we have going into the new market events and a possible recession is making sure that our costs are effective for us to still increase our profits, but making sure that our costs as well are decreasing so that we are able to balance out with the recession coming.
Anything else? Cool. I'll just edit this part out.